Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing sourdough pineapple donuts. Now for this recipe you are going to need some sourdough, so there is a recipe below in the description how to make the sourdough starter, or you can actually make this with yeast if you wish to. I'm going to leave the recipe underneath so you can actually add yeast if you prefer to do yeast method, which is a lot quicker than the sourdough method. Do check out the description below for your recipe. Also, do check out for your playlists underneath. Please subscribe and please share. And we'll get right on with the video. What you need for the recipe is 225 grams of strong flour, 7 grams of salt, 28 grams of sugar, 28 grams of white shortening, 28 grams of egg, and 113 grams of milk, and sourdough starter 45 grams. Or if you're going to make this yeasted, it's 28 grams. Right, to start with guys, put your milk in a bowl. Now add your egg in. Now just check the temperature. If it's too cold, just pop it into a microwave just for a few minutes just to warm it up. Now your ingredients wants to be room temperature. Just check your bowl, make sure that's room temperature. Right, now what we'll do is get your flour. Yeah, the temperature is good on that as well. Add in your white shortening. What we want to be doing with the white shortening is crumbing this in to the flour just to make it nice and light. It just makes it easier when it's going around in the mixing bowl. Right, that's just right. Now what we want to do is add your sugar into the egg. Give it a good stir around. Obviously the milk's in there as well. That's it, get it all mixed in. The better dissolved, the better. Now we're going to place this into the egg into the mixing bowl. Then we're going to add in our sourdough starter. Do make sure it's well activated and floating on the surface of the water. Now we're going to add in our flour. Now at this stage we're going to leave out the salt because we don't want to put that in yet. We'll get this onto the machine. First we'll give this a good stir around. Get it all mixed into the bottom. Get it all off the base. Now we'll put this onto a machine. Now we're going to want to be mixing this for 1 minute on first speed. Just to start with. And then we're going to add in the salt. It's just better to do it this way, and it just makes sure that salt is getting mixed in properly. Now what we're going to do is give it a good scrape down. And you're going to be wanting to be scraping down quite often. Now we're going to put it back onto the machine. Now I'm going to mix this round now for a further 9 minutes. And in this 9 minutes you want to stop it every so often and scrape it down. And this is on second speed. If it's anything like my machine, it likes rocking about. I don't know what your ones are like at home, but mine seems to take the Michael. Give it a good scrape down. This just helps with the mixing, and at this stage you can also check if you do need some more liquid in it. If it's a little bit tight, just add some extra water in. And it's not looking too far away now. You can see that dough forming really nice. It's just the right consistency. a good scrape down. The more you do this, better. It's because the small machines just don't seem to mix it up as well as a bigger machine. Yeah, that's just right. It's just the right consistency. You don't want it too stretchy like bread because it's a bun dough. Right, it's ready now, guys. Now we'll give him a spray round with some oil. And also spray around your bowl that you're going to put it in. If you're looking for this spray at the moment, I actually am selling this on my Facebook page, or I've got an eBay site which I'm selling this oil. So you can obtain the oil that I use. It's really good stuff for spraying. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cover the sourdough over, bun dough, and then we're going to leave this for around about 4 hours to 5 hours outside the fridge, or you can leave this for tomorrow and pop it in the fridge. Best to personally to leave it overnight. Now this is what I done earlier. I've got this out the fridge. As you can see, it's actually proved up. Don't expect it to be like yeasted dough. And now what we're going to be doing is rolling this out to around about 1.5 centimeters thick, or give or take. And then we're going to be using a 7.5 centimeter cutter, or in old English money, 3-inch cutter. And then cut them out and then just pull the centers out afterwards if you want. And then with the waste, you can also make this back into some more donuts. Just remold it back up. And then what I would do is with the bits that are left, just roll them up into like a little donut or so and just stick them on the end of the tray. And also you can do like a bit of a test bake if you want. And there we go, guys. Now we're going to get a tray and we're going to put some baking parchment on and then just pop them straight on to the wire. Right, there we go, guys. And now we're going to be popping them into a proving box. And this is going to prove up for around about 2 to 3 hours. It might take a bit longer, but it's sourdough, so it's not really a rushed job. But if you put them inside an oven on a very, very low temperature, they'll very slowly come up on their own anyway. Or put them in a warm place covered over. Right, we're ready now, guys. Now, next stage, guys, we're going to get our fat on. The temperature of fat wants to be about 170. I'm using rapeseed oil here, but you can use whatever oil you like. And once it's up to temperature, best way of telling is if you put a little tiny small piece of dough on there and see how it fries. There we go, we're ready. Now we'll pop them into the fat, just lay them on the top. And because it's sourdough, weirdly enough, they do sink to start with. Now you are going to be frying these for around about 6 to 7 minutes each side. Now if this was a yeasted donut, you'd probably do it in about 3 or 4 minutes each side. But because it's a different type of dough altogether, this is a sourdough, it does take a lot longer to fry. And you do want them golden brown. Now you can see a nice frying away there. Right, I think we're ready now. We'll turn them over the other side. You can see the way they've blown up. There you go, we'll turn them over. Now again, we'll probably want about another 6-7 minutes on this side as well. I mean, there's other ways of frying it. You could do it in a frying pan or a chip pan. Right, they're ready. Now we'll pop them out. And there we go, I've already fried the other ones ready. And now we've got the donuts out. Now you want to drop them into icing sugar whilst they're still warm. And after this, what we're going to be doing is making up a nice syrup to go over the top, just to finish it. And what you want for the syrup is 8 tablespoons of icing sugar and 6 tablespoons of pineapple juice. And what we're going to do is add your icing sugar into the juice and give it a good mix round, so it's really clearing. And then what we're going to do is pop it into a microwave, or you can do this on the stove if you want. And basically speaking, we're going to get this boiling hot, so it's just bubbling. And the idea, pop it in the microwave so it just starts to bubble. Once it's bubbled, just make sure it's well turned into a syrup and it's clear. And now what we're going to do, guys, is wash the top of the donuts over to use up all this juice. And this is that beautiful syrup, and it's got an absolute beautiful flavour of the pineapple juice. Always best to brush them over while the donuts are hot. Now after we've done that, what you want to do is just sprinkle the top over with a little bit of icing sugar just to finish it all off. And there we go, guys. It's as simple as that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Those sourdough pineapple donuts were absolutely scrummy. And thanks to the guys in Australia that gave me the idea to sort of have an experimental go. The yeasted recipe is underneath the video as well. So basically speaking, you're taking the sourdough out and adding yeast in, but it's exactly the same. The only difference is it'll be a lot quicker. Please subscribe and please share. Do check out my playlist, and don't forget your recipe is under the video in the description. And we'll see you again very shortly. Laters!